So welcome to the Highly Training Series, and today we're going to talk about the first step to the flying change. And we're going to do a series of videos that will help you get the flying change for your horse. And each video is going to include one movement or one thing that we have to have your horse do before we can correctly and ask for a change and actually get one. So the first step is really just getting the control of the hindquarters, and the exercise we use for that is a turn on the forehand. So I've done a video already about the turn on the forehand, so if you need a little bit of review on that, feel free to view that video. What we want to do is we want to have the horse moving off our leg easily. When we put that leg behind the girth, we want the hind end to move. Either way, we have to get comfortable with being able to do that. And that may take a few rides for you to be able to get that under control. So you should be able to head down the rail, turn the forehand all the way 90 degrees so you've changed directions, head back down the rail, do it the other way. So don't forget that the aid for the turn on the forehand is the outside leg behind the girth, okay, which is also the aid to us for canter. Make sure when you're doing this, though, you've got an aid or a cue that is going to tell your horse not to walk forward, okay? You'll see when I work with my younger horses, my greener horses, I lift my hands a bit. I'm actually not pulling on the reins, but it puts me in a position where I can half halt very easily. It also gives them an idea that both of my hands are lifted, and I don't want them to move through my hand. And I always start with the extreme. So when I'm training something, I train them. If I really lift my hands at first, they know that. And then as they get better and better at the movement, I don't really have to go to the extreme anymore. They know what I want. Although that doesn't happen overnight. The other thing about flying changes is that there are many ways to do the flying change. You can teach it by basically running them into the wall and turning all of a sudden and them not knowing which way they're going and forcing them off balance to change. Because they do want to stay balanced. So generally speaking, they will stay on the correct lead if you're on a circle. It's not comfortable for them to counter on a circle. You can use your jumps. You can just do it a million times until you get it. And just keep doing it over and over and over and over and over. Lots of people use a pole heading to the rail, which forces them to have their feet off the ground as they go over the pole. It gives them an opportunity to change, and then they're going to run into the fence for forcing them onto the correct lead. Lots of people will use a leg yield and then a shifting of the weight, pushing them back over. And what we're going to do today is kind of a mix of all those, so we're not really going to use poles. Or what we're going to use in the series is going to be a mix of all those. And but we're going to really break it down step by step so that you can actually go home or with your horse and teach your horse this. So that way you too can have flying changes. Hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe.